a figure who was hiding around the cart, who was a pale-skinned elf with bluish hair, and her eyes were cat-like and yellow. And let's see, what was it?
Her name was Matcha.
Matcha, that's the one. Apparently, she was heading west to the sea, and was asking if she could travel alongside us in the cart. She said that she'd be hiding from the Janissaries during the journey. She'd be
hiding in general.
Yeah, she had a large leather bag with belts, and there appeared to be something moving inside. And Lilu decided, seems good, and agreed to let the elf on board.
Making friends.
Yeah, of course. So with all that in mind, we went into a forced march. We stopped a couple of hours before we reached Lake Watch. One of the Janissaries detected there was magic ahead, and we decided to take a detour. And as we're taking a detour, we were ambushed by a bunch of bandits. One, I think, blue tiefling mage, and a Medusa woman named Vemon, I think.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I don't know
say
something.
Yeah, can you
loud and clear. Thank you.
Yeah. And during the fight, one of the Janissaries, as well as John, was unfortunately petrified. However, the older general who was leading the Janissaries told us that John would be able to be unpetrified at patience. Free tried to dash after the Medusa woman, who had escaped, unfortunately, but had no success in finding her. But Tusa had used a spell to create an origami creature to track the Medusa woman. Gathered ourselves and we're just about to start heading off, I think, with a John statue in tow.
Yeah.
With the John statue and the tow.
In tow. Not and a tow.
Sorry.
I mean, that would be hilarious.
I'll just write that down.
Yeah, one of the toes of the Janissaries that was petrified snapped off, unfortunately. So we just carry that with us.
Sure, missing limbs. We do that now.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like a rabbit's paw. It gives you luck.
It's like the peace ring.
Don't we have one of those? I think Tusa has a rabbit's paw.
I think she does.
I do have a rabbit foot.
Yeah, we picked that up as a random item somewhere.
I got some surprise for you in the field of rabbits. We'll see.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Facing against
question
the rabbit in the Monty Python film.
Has everybody ever tried Uber Eats and they don't deliver?
Yes.
I've been waiting for about an hour and a half. Overtime. Just saying.
Don't they have a number that you can call or something?
You would have to call the restaurant.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? What you might find... hang on. What you might find is that it will suddenly say that it's been delivered when it hasn't. You just have to go through the help section on Uber Eats and just explain, look, my food's just not coming, or could you give me an update?
Yeah, it says here, okay, call restaurant. I'll give them another half an hour, and then I'll be on their case.
Yeah, do chase them up, because that's incredibly annoying.
It is. It's sushi, man. Come on.
Oh dear.
Oh man, don't get me started with deliveries. I haven't quite figured out deliveries here. I moved in and I'm just
you're in
Kuwait
Kuwait
with my washing machine. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
What's it like?
50 degrees Celsius during the day.
What?
I'm acclimatizing. It's good though.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yeah, no, I'm getting used to it. Like the shops and everything close at like midnight, or they close at like 4 a.m. because 50 degrees during the day can be just a little
Yeah,
bit
you
much.
start shopping at 11 p.m. type of thing.
Yeah. So like my fridge is stocked with just like water, and I'm too scared to buy ice cream because if I buy it and then like I bring it home, it might just melt on the way home.
No,
So
yeah.
yeah.
What does an ace card do?
That
What?
is a free natural 20, I believe. Is it not?
Let us double check because I cannot remember.
Oh, cards. I was
and
like,
then-
what?
I know
Yeah.
I know a Joker counteracts a natural 1 or a crit against you,
Nice.
but I think an ace is just use it and it counts as a 20, right?
Yeah, I like to keep my card a secret just until I actually use it.
Yeah, I've been recording the cards I've been getting each session because I feel like
Oh, you're
pleading for
smart.
something.
I should do that. I don't.
I normally also keep them secret, but for this one, I mean, I need to know before I can use it. So yeah, Ace, Mr. DM.
I am going to bring that up. I am just having my traditional startup
It's
connection issues. This ain't a session until that happens.
nice. There we go.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and
Automatic critical.
what about XP?
Yes,
nice.
that is the next thing. I'm waiting for the thing
Oh,
to
yeah.
open on the map so I can count how many barbarians there were.
There were all of them.
Side question, Mr. DM.
Yes.
Does this? Do I first have to roll to hit and then say I'm applying my card to make it a 20, or can I just say I'm going to attack with my card?
You can totally do both, but I would suggest, tactically speaking, see if you get a natural 20 anyway, and then you use your card.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to blow your card.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Tusa with a 10 intelligence is not going to think that far. But yeah.
Okay. But the cards are a abstract concept. So,
More of a meta thing.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I kind of think of them as like, the chronomancy wizards when they use their ability and they're like, nope,
Yeah, tap into
actually
a different
reroll.
timeline.
Yeah, so it's kind of like multiverse. Like there are two paths before you. Which do you pick?
Modes of possibility.
Yes.
I picked the one with Alfred Molina in it.
Hey,
That was awesome. That looks great.
right? Oh, so good. I cannot wait for that.
We knew it.
Man.
Oh yeah, the previous one was where I had to fight with spells that I had absolutely no idea what they do. That was quite fun. I completely the wrong things that I had like prepared. That was a shit show.
It's okay. You're having honeymoon brain, so.
I don't know. I've got some cool combos that I don't think you envisioned with my character.
Good.
Oh boy.
Kind of fun.
Not gonna lie, the spells from what's the additional spells? Like what book is it from?
That
Standard.
Grim, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever that is.
those ones
Grim.
look crazy. Like the things like Charisma Saber grant disadvantage on attacks or whatever, all those like nasty evil ones.
I know John Stone, but is he joining us? Did he say something in the?
He said he's a smidgen late, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, he's gonna
in
be a little
John's
late.
words.
Originally.
I'm going to be a smidgen late. I know that was a pirate. That was really terrible.
Well, I got a pirate card. Kind of on the same tangent. Not really, but okay, we'll go with it.
Okay. Well, I will tell you that the biggest gain for XP is going to be that mage you downed.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
she was a
Sorry.
important one.
Sorry.
This is the way the dice went.
Why are you apologizing? That was the one thing. That woman was dealing psychic damage. I can't negate that. I'm not resistant to that.
That tiefling crit Aphne for 56 damage, so I am perfectly fine with her being dead.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
I'd say I was shit scared. I thought we were in too deep. Yes, I think AP went down, and then I was like, oh fuck, this could be like a character death. So yeah, yes, I was nervous.
It was a
My
deadly
character died on
encounter.
Monday.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There we go. That makes sense. I won't lie. Is it similar to chucking a ball-bearing golem thing at us at like level 1?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think that was the
hang on.
first session I
Level 2.
watched.
I'm back.
Level 2.
Let's be fair.
Welcome back. We're just
Hello.
reminiscing about that ball-bearing golem that you guys fought.
Yeah, I still love that ball bearing
was it?
golem.
Proper fuck up.
Yeah. I liked when 3 went in for the stab and the next round just instantly got fragged.
Oh no.
Then we heard that Rordak actually should have died there, but we found out too late.
Yeah, I can't
Too late.
remember
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
But
Was it more than
Actually-
half his health?
Yeah, actually, Lilith
Oh,
should have
no.
also died. Lilith should have also died there.
Whoops.
The little
Okay.
DM slip, thank you. So that was the second nice thing after the daydream of the cards that we played.
Yeah. There's not many of those. Just so you
The
know.
ones are.
Alright. So it did sound like you guys remembered quite a lot quite nicely. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Not a
I'm
problem.
back to taking notes.
No, that's great.
I'm
Notes
back.
are good.
I'm back at home, and I've got my notebook. Is ready. So yeah.
I have a notebook.
Okay, so
I
What's
have-
your typing speed, Yusra? Because those
I'm
notes
pretty
go
good.
up. Yeah, those notes go up quite quickly.
That's why I have a notebook and I sometimes use it, but I'm a faster typist. Type words.
Tippy. Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sitting on the
As
floor
a
'cause it's
programmer,
cold on
I'm
the floor.
supposed to be able to type fast, but I think you still beat me.
It's easier, like if you're talking, I can just type what you're saying.
Marcel, how's the XP? How do we do?
Yes, I'm about to tell you that.
We did all the things.
All the things.
Okay. We are now level 11. Cool.
No. Wait, calm
Would be
down.
good.
I'm
Would be good.
I've been contemplating
No,
multi-classing.
Actually, going to level 11 right now, it wouldn't be good because Lilith wasn't present, so the XP doesn't go to her.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Oh.
let's-
Oops.
Are we applying that rule, by the way, Mr. DM?
No.
If you miss a session, then that XP
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Okay, so usually that does apply. But I think it's not going to make too much difference right now if everybody gets XP. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it will apply to your stoned friend.
Stone.
Because technically
Oh,
he
John.
didn't survive the fight.
Yep.
So-
Makes sense?
so-
He is actually still alive, just turned to stone. So
Yeah, he is alive by all means. He's not dead.
well,
His soul's still there.
I could. Sorry, I could.
Petrified is a condition, or
Yeah, it's a condition.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, so's dead.
just a little condition.
True.
Just a little condition.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, I could apply the XP up until the point he died because he didn't kill.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Not died, just turn.
Turned
Per se.
until he took a break.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's
Temporary leave. Temporary. Oh, words. I'm just stumbling over everything today. I'm not going to say anything more.
no, it's kind of the point of this whole
No.
thing. All right. So if anybody's interested,
I'm going to blame it on the
it's-
40 degrees. What? It's 43 degrees right now.
Oh
I'm going to
my
blame it on
God,
the temperature.
That is
Like,
diabolical.
that's why.
Oh, you're from England, so yeah. You
Yes.
What?
Yes, so like 20 degrees is enough. 42.
Yeah, my wife also says like, oh yeah, like you'll be happy when it gets like 19. Like I'm like, I don't know if the weather is going to be such an adaptation, but sure.
Yeah, no, there is no way it's going to drop to 19. I think the lowest it's been since I've arrived is 35. 35.
At 2 a.m.
No,
Yeah, like
that was 6 this morning because I decided to take a walkabout.
I'm quickly gonna check. I think maybe it's the restaurant phoning me.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Uber Eats.
so here in Portugal is like the last time I've seen the temperature was like 17, 16, and I honestly don't believe that because I feel like I'm frying.
Really?
Number 9.
Yo, really?
What
But
is 17?
even if I-
Is that Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius? I mean, it's both
Degrees
degrees
Celsius. Degrees Celsius. But honestly, I don't think it's that impressive because if I see the news here in Portugal, they always get the timer, the temperature wrong. Always.
Oh.
They always get the temperature wrong here.
Well, here in South Africa, in Durban, if it gets to 20 degrees, everybody puts on snow jackets.
What?
Oh, what?
It was 20 degrees today here in England, and I was like, God, bloody hell, it's warm.
That's winter in Durban.
No, winter is like minus. It's hailing and snowing in Cape Town, apparently. My mom was like, hey, yeah, look at the picture.
This will make you colder. Look at the picture.
Send it this way. Can I stick it in the AC somewhere?
All right.
Because that would be
Did we
great.
get a number, Mr. Dion?
Yes, I've been trying.
50.
Been trying to say it.
Oh,
1,000,
sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. 1,210 XP.
Thank you very much.
1,210.
Okay.
I don't think that is a level up, unless I'm very much.
No, I think it's still a while, isn't it?
I think it's still a while because we're level 5,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we recently leveled up as well.
Yeah, past level 5.
it's like
it's us
Like 10,000 or it's like a lot that we need now.
something like that.
Like 12,000 or something.
That's okay. I can
Wait,
totally make that happen.
I think
Wait.
so.
Wait, I didn't get it. Does Lilith get that in, even
Yes.
though she has been very far away from the action?
You get moral support, it's fine.
Your moral support.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I mean, it's Lilith, guys. Does Lilith provide moral support?
Oh, yeah, true.
Aside from, like, sitting there in the background just thinking, I could have done this way better, but I'll just
Okay.
watch you guys do it.
Gave moral support to the bandits.
Yeah, no,
Did
we
you
need
get-
14,000 for the next level, so
Yeah,
we're still a ways
yeah.
away.
Okay.
We're halfway, Beepers. We're halfway.
Yeah. All right. Did you get your food, by the way?
Alrighty, Mr. Dion.
Yes.
So does she get it or
apparently
no?
there's a guy honking outside, but I asked one of my housemates to quickly run outside and check.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I have no idea.
All right. So as roll 20 is still loading for me. The stream one is
Ouch.
fine. The stream is fine.
Cool.
The DM side is
Cool.
not doing good.
Be happy, stream. Be
His
happy.
food arrived!
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Success.
Let's watch Richard eat. Okay.
Literally, no, the camera will go down by then. I can't tempt you with this much sushi. Hell
Yeah, no, I will cry because I don't know where sushi is around here yet.
Okie dokie. So, as you can see some of the people's faces, and I do believe there are some new people watching. Could you briefly,
Hey.
hello,
Yay!
could you briefly each of you tell me, or tell them, I know, they don't, who you are and who you're playing? So, who wants to go first?
I don't mind. Hello, I'm Richard. This is the voice of Tusa. She is a half-elf, very timid-looking but badass druid, and she's traveling with a lot of other weird people. She has a split hair of blonde and brown, with a little hood, and she's kind of just making her way, and she's kind of looking lost. But overall, very friendly and approachable. The rest is kind of hidden, but she has cool tattoos that has some meaning, and she's looking for meaning. And that's about it.
Great. Great. Next.
I'll go. So I'm Yusra. I play, or this, I will go with Richard's go-to. This is the voice of Lilu. She doesn't sound that excited. Or excitable. I'm just the voiceover. But yeah, she is a wild hunter shifter, and she is a barbarian. She's not the brightest crayon in the box, but her heart's in the good place. In the right place. She's average height, wields a great sword, and she's pretty strong. She's kind of just wandering around, finding her feet, kind of finding her way through this place that she's managed to land up in, and she's made some friends along the way. Decisions were made on her part, but as I said, she's not too smart. But we'll figure it out as we go along. And that's Lilu.
She's also the person with the highest probability of rolling a natural 20.
True.
Also, Pelo is great. That's
Ah,
because of him.
Wrong character.
just because Janice is gone, now we've got a new god. Oh, goodness.
Look,
Better
I'm a fan,
changes about
okay?
this.
I'm a fan. Franz knows this. I think it's why he killed my character on Monday. But hey, she's alive.
Okay, next. Thank you.
Alright, I'll go next. I'm Stefan, and I play the glaive-wielding badass that is Aphne, who is a human ancestral guardian barbarian. Comes all the way from a monastery to the southwest, and is on a personal quest to see that a vision she had does not come to fruition. And I think that's as much as I'll give away for now. Yeah.
Lilith.
So, hi, and I'm Afonso, and I make the voice of Lilith. Well, voice. She is a tiefling, which she is pretty much the edgelord of the team, and there's not really much to say about her because her story hasn't been revealed as much. Keep watching the stream and the sessions, and you'll find out more about her.
Great. Thanks. Okay, so we're waiting for the other people to appear. In the meantime, I'm just the DM and the voice of all the animals. Yes. All the
Yes.
animals.
Joe the sheep. He's amazing.
Yes.
It's Lilu's best friend.
It's the well-crafted backstory NPCs that last a session. Those that fly out of your bottom, they stay. All right.
Brilliant.
Philly
Sorry.
is fine.
There goes Mr. Zimmer, the bard.
What isn't his name? Daniel?
I think Zimmer or something.
I'm using the void somewhere. I think he's forgotten his name by now.
What's in my notes? I'll look it up, I promise.
I'm pretty sure it is Daniel.
It's
And
alright.
I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
So if
God
any of the
damn.
peace bringers,
What's happening with the connection?
it's terrible. It is terrible. I'm struggling. If any of the peace bringers are watching, these people make notes, and they're still alive.
Hi.
Unbelievable.
I'm waving. I don't know if they can see me, but
I
I'm
clicked
waving.
away from it.
No.
Thank you.
Marcel,
Yes.
do you maybe have a direwolf token for me? As a wild shape?
Uh-oh.
ooh.
Dire, you say?
No, just I think normal wolf. Sorry, I think normal wolf is
Oh.
a quarter, or is it a half? I can't remember. I think it's a half.
Okay.
I can do anything up to a half. Yeah,
Regular old wolf is quarter.
it's a quarter. Okay, cool. Yeah, then a quarter, please.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I
will
don't
give
think
you
I
that
have it as part.
shortly.
Cool. Thank you. That's part of my new tactic of OP-ness that I discovered within my spells.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something with pack tactics as well.
You'll see.
Come on, roll 20. Come on.
Come on, Roll20. I believe in you.
Okay, so I am going
Oh
to
my god.
stream the DM side of things. So if you guys watch this later, you're gonna see tokens that you shouldn't maybe see. Right.
Good job.
Quickly go to stream, guys.
Quick now.
Go.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, thank you.
Like, subscribe,
Now.
and comment. Oh, what is it? What does Grog say? Don't forget to like, comment, and prescribe. Bidet.
Bidet.
Grog.
Grog is my
Um,
spirit
Mr.
animal.
Start to kind of prepare for that. Just saying. I found that
What is
and it's
this?
amazing.
Conjure animals.
Oh, great! Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, but have you been with its comrade, Mr. Xenophobia?
No.
Oh. Oh no.
And I think I can make 8.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can make 8 wolves. And then just place them all around somebody, and you'll be frightened every time. It's great.
Oh. No, I've done it at the table once where I prepared miniatures and got everything ready, painted all the things, and then the druid went,
Oh,
conjure animals. Where are the minis?
Yeah, it's it's pretty cool coming up with these spell combos.
Yes.
Yeah, that's neat.
especially when you get like a shitload when you upgrade and you have to read like through all of them. It's nice to see things kind of come together as you would. Oh, this thing will go last with this, and yeah. I think also
Yeah.
keeping in mind what my character would know and not know. It's very fun.
That is definitely not me. Because I get so few spell slots and spells.
yeah, but you make them count.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to just think out of the box.
Yes, they are powerful. They are powerful.
Yeah.
Mr.
And
DM, you have to rethink
yeah.
this one that I used. That thing is broken AF.
That's okay. I like mildly broken things. It gives me narrative flexibility.
No, it
And
just gives you
also-
reason to give broken things to us.
Yeah,
Yes.
but remember, it goes both ways, because if we can use it, so can the others.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
whatever you're able to cast might be thrown right back at us.
Hence me, I don't know if you've noticed, but standing shit far away from everything.
I can't hit things from far away. I mean, I can throw something. I might miss, though.
I'm just a meek little timid druid lady in a cloak.
Mhm,
yeah,
sure.
Force of
Lies.
nature.
Now compare what you can throw from a certain distance with Lilith when she can just shoot people from 300 feet away.
Whoa!
See?
That is next level. I want to see that in action.
Yep. Eldritch
Marcel, take us
Spear
in.
is OP.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to think of the invocation that you have. I took Meta Magic Initiate with my Chronomancy Wizard. So she's got transmutated spell and distanced spell, and she's also got Spell Sniper as a feat.
Yeah, nice.
So her range is ridiculous. And then instead of a fireball, she can just make it a thunderball or an acid ball. My favorite one is changing vitriolic sphere into lightning damage. It's a lot of
Oh
fun.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
And
got some
talking about-
dedication towards my character.
and talking about Eldritch invocations, I have something prepared for the night.
Oh.
Mm.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh,
Tusa.
hey, look at Tusa getting into character there. I don't have anything here. Oh, jeez. I have pastels. I can use them as war paint, kind of. Although chances are I'm gonna make a mess, so I feel like I should probably just leave these alone.
Useless in character.
Nice.
Very good. Okay. So,
I'll try to get something to get in character next session. I'll try. It's difficult. It's pandemic. What am I supposed to do?
Well, Stefan and I, we're gonna go and like find weapons, and we'll just rock up next session with a glaive
Yeah.
and a greatsword. We've
be
got
our
this
family.
covered.
I'll bring my sheep.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't have a sheep, but okay.
that would be amazing if you had
Hey,
a
free
Joe.
as well.
Hey,
Hello,
welcome.
Mr. DM, take us in.
I'm
Oh
trying.
wait, doesn't Frey need to introduce himself?
Yes. Free, please introduce yourself while I grapple with.
Introduce yourself to the stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell the people who you
Hello.
are.
I'm free. I am. Okay. I am the tiefling rogue of the group. I have purple skin, darker purple hair, horns going round like a ram, and a long tail, sort of like a lion's. And he wears like attire like he's trying to be fancy, but they're very much run down. You know, almost as if he's, lived years on the streets. And tries to look nice, pretty smug face, but it's ruined with a scar going down the left eye.
All right. Great. Thanks. Okay, so hopefully we are working
Should I
now.
be seeing like? Should I be seeing like a map? Because I'm still seeing like the Dyrecinder campaign, the team screen.
Yep, seen
Yeah.
that as well.
Okay, just making sure. Roll20 is working today, miraculously.
Alrighty.
Speak for yourself. All right. So you should change to a different map now.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
And look, all
Yeah, it's
those
changing.
dead bodies all neatly piled together.
Yes, I did that
There's
this
a lot of
morning.
bodies.
Yes,
Hmm.
I did that this morning. I
So-
can't
so-
see the map, so I'll have to go by memory. Uh,
Oh, oh no.
It's fine. It is totally fine. No panicking. Okay.
Okay.
So, as we now leave off, it is the middle of the night still. The carriages have been rearranged. Remember, you did lose a few horses in that engagement as the Cobra Clan attacked. So the cards have, thankfully, mathematically worked out to be 2 per horse now, unless I'm terribly mistaken. And the clerics are now standing, presiding over the dead clan members, all piled up not so neatly. Their fallen Janissary allies, who have been laid to rest on the side of the street and preserved magically. Our group of players who still have to be named, and the name running is getting interesting.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
Why don't we just call ourselves that? Work in progress.
Did we vote?
Until we can come to a definite conclusion.
I can't remember what the options were. Did anybody vote?
Vote hasn't been
We haven't yet voted. We put the options, but no vote yet.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted at
Oh.
some point soon.
I think Roll20 is trying to load the map, but it's just doing the loading and like
Yeah, try
it's going crazy. It's going crazy.
Yeah,
might work.
it did the same with me earlier. I refreshed and then it was all good.
Constantly changing between little loading texts.
Oh,
No, image.
Okay, I'm just gonna
it
move
changed out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I'm moving to a simpler map to see if I can get it. Because I can change the maps, but I can't see the maps. Alright.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Oh,
Yes. Fun.
Maybe it's something to do with the layers that you're on? I don't know.
No, I can't select the red layers, so
That's strange.
it's okay.
It's a image here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
This morning my computer forgot how to make sound. So I'm having a good time. Alright.
Oh wow.
Fantastic.
how splendid.
Okay. Anyway, so your party, the work in progress party, are now standing around their stone friend, John, the healer of the group, the healer down, and a devotee of Janus, the god of justice. Right, so we can start with that while I'm trying to load in. You're now all standing around John. It's still the dark of night. You hear the crackle of torches from the various cages. The cage with the thief who stole the instruments, remember?
Yes.
He is giggling to himself in his cage. He quite enjoyed the show that occurred only moments before. You can hear the soft praying of the clerics who are giving the last rites to their fallen allies and the dead bandits. And as the wind picks up, I would like Lilu and Tusa, please make a perception check as you smell something faint on the wind.
Oh man. Okay. First roll.
This
of the
little
night.
artwork is loaded for me.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey.
Little
check it.
Tusa.
Is that what we should be seeing?
Yeah, just
Yes.
an image of
Yes.
an ambush waiting to happen.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
waiting.
Okay. Can you please
Yeah,
tell
that's-
me
that's
what you
spoilers.
rolled? Oh, there. Wait. I got something. 14 and 24. Okay. So
Roll20 still needs time to catch up for me to open the character sheet.
it's okay. We're using the imagination. We're fine.
Unbelievable. In
Imagination.
D&D, I don't believe you.
Let's see.
Okay, so Tusa, you do send something. I'm typing you something. I'm typing
Okay,
faster
yeah.
than Roll20 can.
Alright,
It's something none of us can know about, huh?
No.
Well, something that only Tusa detects. While that's happening, Aphne kind of snaps out for a moment and says, Well, there's no good him standing here pointing to John. Let's just try to get him on the cart and head off sooner rather than later.
Free acts as though
Yeah, I
he
get
did
the
not. He
feeling
did.
that
He,
once.
sorry,
Yeah, go
Free
for it.
acts as though he did.
Go for it.
Free. Sorry, I'm sorry. Free acts as though he did not hear a word you just said, a single word you just said, and continues to stand there, staring at John's statue.
Lilu nods to Ethne and says, yeah, I get the feeling that once those clerics are done, we're probably
There's
just gonna
another wave
start right
coming.
up here.
There's another wave coming. There's another wave coming.
What?
Shit. Alright, get ready.
Oh,
My nose is picking. Yo, that is really foul. I think there are people coming.
from where?
Pretty sure people are coming.
I'll go and
Ordinarily-
tell. Lily will run up to
You do
wherever
that.
the clerics and people are.
Okay.
I'll
Do I
gather.
have a direction
Let them know.
where they are coming from? Kind of
Um,
from the map wise, if the mages were north, where's the smell coming from?
It's coming from the east.
Again, to where the other chickie ran to. Okay.
This side, yeah, because she ran
We're
off.
ambushed from the right, guys. We're gonna get
She
ambushed
ran
from the
off
right.
this side.
All right. As Lilu,
Ordinarily. Yeah.
sorry, go for it. No,
You
for
go
it.
ahead. Sorry.
Okay. As
Upon hearing this news from Tuesday.
The lag.
go for it.
Ordinarily, Free would make some comment at Tusa's news, but he doesn't. He just shoots her a single glance for a brief moment, then goes right back to staring at the statue.
Okay. So.
Yeah, people are coming. People are coming. Can I just reiterate that we are in deep shit based on what we just faced? I am scared shitless.
I'm sorry, we keep interrupting you, Karen.
That's okay. Anyway, so as Lila goes to tell the others, Tusa's senses, you hear a soft voice behind you. None of you noticed her walk up. It is an elven girl in
My friend!
a traveling cloak with blue hair coming out of her hood.
Elliot.
Not Elian. She
No,
looks kinda
Matcha.
like, yes.
Oh,
She
I heard the
has
blue hair
a-
and I thought it was Elliot.
Yes. She has like a bulky leather pouch with a strap around her shoulder, and it does look like that there's something moving in there. And she whispers, looking past all of you directly at John. I can help him.
My friend can do a help.
What do you
Right.
need? Do you need a lot of time?
Yes, a little bit of time, and maybe a little bit of his luck.
Before this goes any further, can I get an insight check that she's not planning to do something dubious?
Go for it.
Tusa has made her way pretty much, I would say, around here-ish. Trying to use the brush and like scrub to stay kind of hidden, but keeping an eye towards the eastern side.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I would also like to make a insight check. Well,
Go for
I
it.
can't do that. Still can't open my
20.
character sheet. I forgot.
Nicely done, Tusa.
Thank you.
Do you remember?
That's a 7.
Yes, on the inside, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
20 on the sneak.
Thank
Or the
you.
stealth.
Same thing. All right. She seems truthful to you. Yes. That's what that roll's going to give you. Okay. So, Lilo, as you get to the Templars, they're just finishing up their prayers, and the older man, who the others called Grace, looks up and nods towards you. I am sorry for your loss.
Oh yeah, Free will have his hood. Free will have his
Is
hood
he-
on for the entirety of this.
He's not lost. We'll get him back.
I'm sure we will. Now, our journey, I'm afraid, must continue. These prisoners
Yes, but-
need to be... Yes?
There's more coming.
Has the girl like tried to approach John yet?
No, she's sort of standing... Because you guys are all standing around John, sort of standing outside the circles, closer to
Oh, okay.
your caravan.
Okay.
At the moment, Tusa's still looking, and she can see to what the edge of the map would be. She's got 60 feet of dark vision. I think it's night.
Yes.
So yeah, if she picks up
Okay.
something, she will scream again.
Make a perception check, please.
Will do.
Oh, come on.
That's one.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So
She sees a lot.
Oh.
As
She
Tusa
thinks.
hides in the bush, sort of making herself as invisible as possible, especially with that stealth check, she
Oh, no.
notices a spider come down on a single strand of
Oh.
web right in front of her face. Before she was looking at the horizon, trying to see anything important, but now she's focused, almost cross-eyed, on the spider.
Hell yeah. I'm holding my hand out to see if he's gonna land.
What information could this spider possibly give us?
I have no
All the
idea.
information.
Okay.
Including
okay.
the information, including the information on how to free out.
Arachnophobia.
Very,
So-
yes, very much.
So, Lilu, as you're telling the older man that there's more coming, the younger gentleman who is the knight commander sort of shifts his sword, getting it, making sure it's not catching on his sheath. He says, all right, we need to get out of here. We can't lose more. You lot,
Agreed.
get on your cart. Let's go. Right. So
Free does
back-
not move.
Back at the circle around John, you are. There's this moment of ice cold shock as a stranger walks up to join you lot. It's your tiefling edgelord who wandered in, staring at John.
Lilith,
Lilith.
and for once, he does not say anything of disapproval or some harsh word from Lilith's presence.
Hello, Lilith, can you hear us?
Tusa's still looking at spider. She's interesting.
Yeah.
Love nature.
Hello?
Hello.
There you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we can hear.
Are you
Yeah, we
listening?
can hear you.
So what happened? I just coughed again.
Sorry. So, as everybody is, so the Janissaries are mounting up, getting onto the carts that have been resecured and stuff. Your group is standing around the statue of John, and you've just wandered in, spotting this statue that is very clearly John.
Put on your hood. Put on your hood right now.
Well, as you see, Lilith, she looks vivid at first because one, she overslept at the place we were staying, and two, none of you woke her up. And
Oh, wow.
as soon as she comes up to the rest of the party and looks at John, she just stares at confusion. What happened?
We can explain later. All that matters now is getting John on the cart and getting out of here.
Fine then.
Free does not acknowledge Lilith's words.
I'm just gonna stand in front of Free and tap him on the face and like grab like at his chin to like force him to look at Aphne. Say, hey, need you to focus, okay? Can't do anything right now. We need to get out of here. Can you help me?
Get out of my way.
All right.
He tries to move you out of his vision. By
this time, the spider would become kind of uninteresting, and I would remember that I'm smelling bad foul stuff, and I would once again say, "People are coming, things are coming."
Has the girl moved yet?
No, she's still standing, holding her back, and she says again, "I can help him."
Would Lilu arrive by the time she repeats that request?
Yes, definitely.
So she will just smile, seeing her friend, and just kind of like point to everyone, "This is who," and then she stops midway, like the enthusiasm kind of draining as she realizes, okay, you know, John's kind of petrified. And she'll look to Matcha and just ask, because I'm assuming this is the first time she's asked the question.
Yes.
What do you what do you need?
I just need some time and a bit of his luck.
What do you mean by luck? Can you do this while we're moving? Lilu also relays what the Knight Commander says. Also takes a second and realizes, where's Tusa?
About that.
All right.
So I wanted to do something really stupid and turn into an animal, and then remembered who she's traveling with. So holy shit, that was a close call. Yeah, never mind.
What?
If you shifted into an animal, you recognize. If you did that, you recognize that all these janissaries would kill you, right?
Exactly.
Yes, that is something that I was typing as in /em and then started typing. I'm like, oh shit, no, this is not where it goes. Yeah, never mind.
Wait a minute. No, that's not a good idea.
Bad idea.
I'm normally so aware, and then yeah, it's close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all around you, you can hear the newly secured cart rattle slightly, and you can also hear another voice from up ahead. In I think it's the second cage because I can't see the map. I can't remember. Because the first cage is the covered one and has a drow in it.
Yes.
The next one
Is the witch.
is the witch.
That's a check. Yeah. Yes.
She's chained. She's standing quite calmly, with her sort of billowy clothes whipping slightly in the wind. And it's not easy to make out from this distance, but it seems like she and the Knight Commander are having an argument. As the other carts get ready to go, horses whinnying, torches crackling, and a faint howl on the wind in the distance.
Where's the mushroom dude in terms of
Yes.
kind of marching order?
So
it's been pulled off. There is a cart now on the side of the road next to the dead horses with the mushrooms out of it. It looks like they're just abandoning that one because the numbers won't work out.
mhm.
Tusa will kind of walk over there sneakily, stealthily to kind of be undetected, seeing that we're going to be on the move, and that everybody's distracted. She's going to go and just check if he wants to talk to another druid.
Okay.
There is a free keeping one eye looking at this
Wait.
supposed girl who's supposedly offering help.
Wait a second. I'm listening you from the PC and the phone. Wait.
Oh,
No worries.
What happened?
Okay, you can do it.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Free, you were saying? You were gonna ask the girl something.
I was saying I wasn't gonna ask him something. He's just keeping his gaze half on John, half on her. He's suspicious.
Okay.
In the meantime, I've asked Rordak for help in moving John to the cart.
Okay. So between the two of you, you have enough strength to move him. Rodak complains all the way there, and suggests you leave him. And hopefully there's a way to unfreeze some of the stuff he had.
Listen, put things into perspective here. He stops you from dying. I think that should be good enough for you.
Not anymore.
Just let me move him. You go on the cart.
Alright, so you load him up. The cart now, in the interior of the cart is like a disco with lots of different colours, with
Oh, Joe.
Joe in there, his wool going wild.
Living his best life.
So,
Unknowing the tragedies that just occurred.
as you load John onto the back of it, Joe looks at him for a moment. So, find a way to make him shut up.
One way to do it, I suppose.
Free death glare to this sheep.
Wait, who hears that? Who hears that? Because
Everybody.
oh,
I'm not there though, but I would have loved to hear that.
Oh yeah, you're not there.
Joe and the sass coming in hot.
Free
Oh, yeah.
death glares.
Damn.
to this sheep.
damn. I thought because it's spoken common, I thought it was the mule.
Oh no.
I thought for a moment it was the mule, not the
Oh.
not Joe.
Okay, that was not good. That was not
But it
good.
was Joe.
He's in the cart.
All right. So as you guys load up, getting ready, you can see in front of you the cart. The cart right in front of you start and then stop, as the convoy doesn't seem to be going. There's still that argument going between the Lord Commander and the Knight Commander and that witch. Tusa, you walk up to the cage with the mushrooms coming out of it. Now in the darkness, you can see the top of the mushrooms has a bit of a purpley bioluminescence to it, and also the mushrooms seem to be breathing in and out. So.
Do I sense that I am alone and kind of snuck without people seeing me?
Yeah, the Janissaries are more concerned about this argument going on than they are
Yeah.
about anything else.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna, hey, Mario, are you alive, or are you just, are you human-ish, or are you just plant-ish?
Okay. You hear what almost sounds like an intake of air as the mushrooms contract and then release in what could only be described as a giant group of mushrooms sighing.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So quick question: are you willingly like this? Can you turn back to human form? One sigh for yes, two sighs for no.
There are two sighs.
Okay. Second question: are you for or against the corruption of Adar?
There's a hesitation before it gives you two sighs, hoping that no will answer your question.
Do you support this? Do you support the corruption? No.
Yeah. That's,
No.
and is there a way that you know how to save you? Do you want to be saved?
There's one sigh.
Cool. um, fucking hell. Okay, never mind. I'm like, good. Peace, dude. I'm gonna just shit. Okay. Can you escape if I was to unlock this door?
There are
One
two
side,
s-
two sides.
There's two sides.
Sorry, buddy. Then you're stuck. Alrighty. Bye.
There's a very long,
That's it.
long, drawn-out sigh as you leave.
Yeah. Unlike him. I guess like he needs to grow himself out of that cage.
You have
Yeah.
angered the mushrooms.
All right. So
Okay.
as you head back, you can hear parts of the arguments going. You can lip read, but it's loud enough for you to hear as you walk past there. You can hear the Lord Commander say, "If we do this, it will not look favorably. They will not look favorably on your trial, madam." And you can't hear the reply. But then the Lord Commander, the Knight Commander, gets onto his armored horse. The armor of it shining in the torchlight as he runs up and down the convoy, shouting, "All right, everybody, tight formation. Things are going to get strange." And Tusa, just as you get back to the cart with the donkey all ready to go, the donkey sort of psyching himself up. He can see these well-bred draft horses that are for this convoy, and he wants to impress right now. All right. So as you get onto the thing, you can hear several howls from the left and the right of the road. You can hear the blazing of a war horn, and then a second war horn closer. Right. So you, as the convoy starts going, the wind picks up. Cart behind cart. The donkey following suit, maybe pulling slightly harder than he's used to. Again, trying to impress. As all of you are mostly in the back of the cart, jumbling with John lying down in the middle, Stone mid-lecture, with this matcha person leaning over him, whispering something, and then occasionally taking a little pouch of some kind of powder, salt, something. And
The girl?
The girl, yes.
Okay,
She wanted to do
real
something
question.
right before she got in the cart, though.
Oh, sorry.
As
Yes.
people move away. I assume everybody's kind of moving forwards, right?
Yes.
So I'll just hang like back like 20 feet or so, and I'll just take out my dagger and then go to the badass witchy person. I can't remember exactly what she was. And just take my knife and cut out a little piece of her cloak, just as a, and then also I will take my knife and draw some blood and then put it on the wolf. Well, the wolf.
Nice. Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Also,
Just that's awesome. Just to clarify, is the witch near the front?
The witch
I am not
is-
100% sure how
the
where
witch
we're
is
moving right
on.
now.
The witch is attached. The witch's car is attached to the Drow's cart at the
No,
front.
not that chicky. The
The one with
the one
that
that we
you
killed.
Oh, I see.
Lilu's got all those stuff.
I see.
Yeah,
Lilu
the
picked up
one
all
we
those
killed.
things. Yeah, Lilu's got the cloak and all of those things. She picked
Alright.
up the staff, the cloak.
Oh, did you take the
Yeah.
whole cloak?
Lilu's
Okay.
got,
And
yeah.
Got everything.
I'll cut off some other piece of clothing. Anything. I assume she's not lying there naked.
No, I think, what did I write down that Lilu picked up? Lilu picked up the staff.
So any piece of clothing that would be representative of her, and then draw some blood, and then offer it to the wolf.
All right. Great. Okay. So as you run to the cart as it's starting to move, and you get on, and like someone
as
like over.
as this girl tries to approach John, Freed will get very defensive. Like, what are you doing?
Helping him. Don't worry.
He angrily narrows his eyes at this girl. It's like, if you make the condition worse, you will not leave this cart alive.
Understood. And
He begrudgingly backs out of her way.
Alright, so as she sprinkles that stuff, she whispers some kind of incantation or something in a language only John can understand. And
Oh
No.
oh great, oh great.
when she
It's a
finishes,
Janissary language.
she holds
Oh,
up the
are you
leather bag, which still looks like it's moving. She listens to it for a second and then carries on what she's saying. Alright. So, as the carts rumble on down the road, which is not much of a road, remember you guys kind of went off-roading for a little bit. It's very bumpy. The wind is picking up. You can see the torches blazing, almost going out. You can hear what sounds like pounding of hooves behind you.
Yeah, it's night, right?
It is night, yes.
Oh yes, dead of night.
Oh, then Lilith would like to do something as well.
Yeah.
She remembers that the purple box that she tried to decide to figure out what it was late sometime. The runes changed at night, if I'm
Yes.
correct. So
Correct.
she will try to do it again, but this time I think she will be able to figure out something because of something new she has. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, yes. You can
Oh.
read all writing.
Also, did we get any XP from last time?
Yes,
Yeah,
Even if we did,
1,210.
that's the one.
Actually, even if we did, I doubt I'd get any because I didn't do any fighting.
No, you
all
will,
good.
you will get it. So, you know, because we
Oh, okay.
keep everybody slightly together.
All right.
Yeah, especially at earlier levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Interesting invocation.
Okay, so looking at the box, can anybody read me that spell because I cannot see it?
You can read all writing.
Eldritch
Okay, read all
invocation.
writing. Okay.
All
Okay.
writing.
Yeah. Eyes of the Rune Keeper.
Eyes of the Rune Keeper. You can. It had another thing that said, but it doesn't say here. I don't know why, but it said you can comprehend any written symbol as long as it holds any written
Okay. All right.
any
so,
language linguistic meaning. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so looking at the box,
Does that include Druidic? Sorry.
yes.
If,
So looking at the box now, the symbols which before seemed almost incomprehensible are now making sense. So I can't tell you which side of the box is, so just bear with me here because my things are loading. But yeah, let's just go with this orientation. So the top part of it says Limbo. The side says Elysium. The bottom says Hades.
uh-oh.
The one on the right says Meknes. And then the one on the other side says Mount Celestia. And the other one looks like the symbol is shifting. The words don't stay solid. It changes between here we go. It changes between a 9 and a infinity symbol.
I got
That's
5 of the 6.
Is that Phobe? Is that Mrs. Phobes there? Representing?
3, 4. No. Didn't I say 6?
You did say 6. I got 5. I got
But yeah, Limbo is
Uh,
Hades, Mechanus, Mount Celestia, and another one which is shifting.
Yeah. we
Yeah, I got
can-
Limbo, Elysium. What was number 3?
Hades.
Hades. And then
Yeah.
Mechanus,
Can you
Mount
say-
Celestia, and then the shifting one. I'll put it in chat.
Can you put it all in chat?
Yep. Give me a second.
Thank you.
No
I can
worries.
get all of that on my notes.
It's in the communal notes. I put the Google Drive document link in one of the whatchamacallits.
It's hard to.
Discord.
I'm not good with technologies. Excuse me.
I can post it in Roll20 if you want.
We have a map.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just checking. I remembered that. I finally have a map.
Hey, welcome back.
Hello. Yeah, I kind of remembered everything, so we're fine. Okay, we don't need to see.
And the places they're at.
Okay, so
Limbo is on top. Elysium is.
yes, no. So Elysium's on top, Limbo's on the side, Hades is on the bottom, Mechanus is on the other side, Mount Celestia is on the further side, and the shifting one is on the closer side. Between a 9 and an infinity symbol. That's one hell of a gamble, that one.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Okay. Okay, maybe
I have
this means
no
I get.
reference.
Maybe it means I need to. I don't know. Are these names of places?
You would know,
They
being a
could be.
warlock, that these are names for other planes of existence in the multiverse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So things might get complicated.
Jeez.
One of those items that we shouldn't have had, but we got.
Elysium.
Hmm.
Elysium is placed in like the underworld. The underworld.
You will remember that I think the druid told you that this is a puzzle box. You have to solve a sequence and then you get whatever is inside.
Okay. This will get complicated.
Okay. So as the cards are going, the wind is significantly picking up now. It's
Should I be seeing a
howling.
map?
No, you should not be seeing a map at the moment. 'Cause
Okay.
this was really difficult to map moving in a windy forest. But
Yes.
wait for it.
Okay.
All right. So as the wind picks up, looking back, you can now see creatures thundering up the road behind you. You can hear roars. You can hear laughing. The creatures
Gnolls.
are wargs. So
Oh.
Oh.
think Lord of the Rings.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
but
not Gnolls. I was wrong.
no.
Or
Oh.
Oh, hell yeah.
crap.
Okay, sitting on top of them are
Oh,
goblins
man.
and hobgoblins. So running behind you, there are 3 mounted goblins. There are 3 mounted hobgoblins. There's a mounted bugbear and another mounted hobgoblin with what looks like a staff. Okay, for the uninitiated, the hobgoblin looks like this.
do they seem pretty hostile, don't they?
Oh yes, they have armor with like streaks of blood on it. They've seen combat.
What
Recently?
does the probability look like they would catch up?
They are gaining because remember now it's 2 carts per horse. So it's
At what distance
Extra
are
weight.
they?
Um,
At what distance are they from us?
they're currently about 120 feet behind you, at the edge of vision for most of you. The creatures when they run, they have big padded feet, kind of like big cats, I suppose. But thundering through them, this group of wargs sort of split. Thundering through them are two, looks like really impressive bulls. These are aurochs. Yes, and up on top of one of them, there's a bugbear who looks really nasty. He's got bits of fur ripped out of him. He's seen some combat. He's got a quiver and a bow. Next to him is a heavily armored. Yes.
Excuse me, you said 100 meters?
120
Or feet?
feet.
120 feet.
Oh, 120 feet. Already reading an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna say.
I know. All right. So the one's a bugbear with a bow and an arrow notched ready. Surprisingly, the internet, it does not have any bugbear archers, but anyway. Next to him is a heavily armored hobgoblin on his auroch, and he looks like this. No?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is awesome.
So
That looks
cool.
awesome, but that also looked very dangerous.
I want his cloak because it looks really cool.
Okay.
I call dibs on the cloak.
Oh man, I'll fight you for it.
Okay, so
It's
now
not a battle.
Honorable
I would,
duel.
that's not a battle I would win.
Tusa
can't do
sees
that.
that they're in range, and she's just gonna let loose a short bow.
okay, make attacks and do the Eldritch Blast. Just tell me who you are attacking
Yes.
specifically.
I'm
Also,
attacking. I'm attacking the one at the front.
Okay.
Yeah. Also the one that's just kind of humming. So just be a short bow. Where am I at? 18.
That hits.
I will
Damn it!
Oh,
no.
Damn it!
I will have to wait until it's 80 feet. Otherwise, it's a disadvantage. So I will wait until
Oh,
it looks like I can shoot. Does that make sense?
yes.
At the that might not reach 60 feet. Oh.
It doesn't reach. Nice roll though.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll fire off a short bow as well. I'm
Yeah,
going.
just holding for 80 feet and then let loose. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to aim at one of the wargs.
Okay. Ooh, that's a.
Ooh.
That's not a hit.
Let's see.
Disadvantage.
14. Hit a warg.
It does hit, yes.
Fair enough.
Okay, so 11 at the warg misses.
Yeah, it misses, unfortunately. So as you guys loose your shots, the bugbear takes aim and shoots with his longbow.
Oof.
And this one will be the sheep.
No.
What? Lilo will stop this cart if Joe gets hit.
Okay, sorry. Ignore that. That's the first one. So Joe does get hit.
Uh-huh.
Lilo
Yeah.
stops the cart.
Oh,
Okay.
he's an arcane archer.
So as the arrow hits the shiny beacon that is Joe's behind, it hits him straight in the butt. And as the arrow lands, you all feel the wind get knocked out of you as there's this force emanating from the arrow.
We all take that force damage.
Save.
Yep. You all
Death
take,
saves.
everybody takes 8 damage. The sheep
8.
8. Yes.
What? Does everybody take 8?
Everybody within a certain radius of the creature that was hit with bursting arrow takes the force damage.
Yeah, it's unfortunately
Oh,
the
God.
size of the cart.
That includes us.
Cool.
That includes us.
Yep.
Would that be Lilo as
I-
well because she's up front?
Yes.
I don't see my token.
There is no battle map. Don't worry.
There's no battle map now.
There's not a battle map yet.
It's all in the head.
And now, I assume Joe's now rolling death saves, or is just flat out dead.
Joe is still alive because Joe levels up with you guys.
He is
Joe's-
safe for now.
Joe is not looking great though.
No, you sure?
Free sees that and immediately turns his gaze to that bugbear and death glares him like he's never given a death glare before.
I will use healing word on Joe.
Let me roll this real quick.
At second level.
Nice roll.
Ooh.
It's my turn to have the good rolls.
Uh-huh.
It's my turn now.
Fantastic. Okay, so as
Have it. Take it.
everybody's chasing, this tiefling pokes his head out and just gives this look of "I'm gonna get you for that shot." The bugbear
Glowing
is,
red eyes.
the bugbear is kind of unfazed by that, but one of the goblins sort of grabs his stomach in this moment of bowel-loosening terror, and he sort of
He's
drops
wearing
back.
the brown pants.
Yes.
9 points of healing to Joe.
Thank you. That's gonna help him. All right. So, as the convoy continues and as they're catching up, the wind howls even more. You can't even hear each other speak. You see a flash of light ahead of you at the start of the convoy. It's like
Oh, God.
electricity arcing through the air. This electricity arcs through the entire caravan, and as the wargs and everything approach, the wind suddenly stops and it restarts again. And before you know it, looking outside, you see the world is slightly brighter. The donkey and the horses and the wargs and the aurochs are running through the air. Magic crackling through
What?
over. You can see a misty landscape beneath you. There is a distant shine of a purple crystal standing atop a hill with a camp around it. And now I thought this was going to be too difficult, but this is my best attempt. You should all see a new map now.
Oh my God! What is happening?
What?
This is
I-
beautiful. This is beautiful.
Tell me I heard that sentence right.
We're all flying.
We're all floating.
Wow.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
We're not. What?
This is beautiful.
We can probably fall to our deaths.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
No, we're not.
What is happening?
Everything wrong.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Holy shit.
No.
It's my turn.
Oh, whoops.
Free. It is your turn.
Oh, I wish.
Where is? Oh, there I am.
There we go.
Initiative. Oh. I need to click on my token, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
And there we go.
I wonder.
I found it.
I'm gonna use
Oh,
my
that's-
card on
that's-
that.
Okay.
That's not fair at all.
There.
That's not fair at all.
I never
Get
use
from
my
a buck
cards,
to
so I
a
may as well
20.
just use mine.
Oh yeah, the
Thank you,
cards.
Marcel. The previous time I had spells that I can't use, now I just have no spells.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me that cards exist. Sure.
You're welcome.
I will use mine.
Not a problem. Yeah, I was like, I'm below 10. I think I need to up that.
Yeah, mine's adds a 7, so that'll bring me up to a 12.
Gotcha. Yeah, we need to up that scenario.
Okay, wait, hang on. So, Lilu, what is yours at?
I've changed it already.
Oh, thank you,
in the
thank
initiative
you.
tracker. No
I've
worries.
changed mine already.
Thank you. That helps me. Okay, so Lady of the Woods.
Such a pretty picture.
It is.
Unfortunately, NPC
Wait,
with other cards.
woods.
She is? She's an NPC? Nice.
Swashbuckler.
The cards.
I'm a
are-
pirate.
The cards are canon.
Swashbuckler.
Yeah, he said the cards
The swash-
have holes.
The
in them.
swashbuckler. The swashbuckler card. Free does not like this image.
I like this image. It's badass.
Yeah, totally.
No, I do like it, but Free doesn't.
Oh, I see.
Not a fan of ships.
Bad memories. Okay. Come on, Goblin. Roll some initiative. Okay, I'm just glad I have a map. It is loading slowly. I'm going
That's so cool.
full-
Slowly
Is that like
but
a
surely.
door?
Well, at least we got how many NPCs do we have that are on our side?
A few.
Janissary.
A few. How many are ranged though?
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I thought we had more. This is bad.
There was
We
one.
did
Yeah.
have more. They died.
Yeah.
And obviously this does seem like a coordinated attack.
Mhm.
Because you lot did ride past a giant bandit camp. So
We did.
Yeah,
I did tell everybody I smell things and we should go, but fine.
we did. We said we were gonna go, but
Sorry, Tusa, we were too busy being sad.
and
Yeah.
everybody was doing stuff.
Yeah, I was helping John into the car. Free was having a PTSD episode. You were talking to mushrooms.
Weaklings.
Yeah.
Weaklings.
organized.
You also got distracted by talking to a spider or looking at a spider. So
You don't know that.
this is also true.
Yeah, Athene,
Come on,
I'd say
let's do
something.
this.
That's the perfect way to describe what I
Yeah.
am going through right now.
Yeah, I figured. Did not look good.
Oh man.
Oh, so we're fighting. Okay.
Okay, so sorry.
I've got wild shape, but I can't use it. That's great.
God, I was really hoping Elyon would be with us.
I have a rage.
We-
I have
we need
rage.
help.
left.
Wow.
We need her longbow more than ever.
I have a long bow.
Yeah, I have a short bow.
Who feels like controlling Elion?
I could do it.
Okay.
Well, I've got. I was
Also-
going to say I've got access to John, but I can't.
I've literally nothing else than shooting a bow today, so sure, hit me up. I'll take a character.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to Tusa. Because I would.
I mean, I'm
do
gonna
it.
shoot two bows. I've got a
Just-
short
go,
bow, she's got a long
go
bow.
with it. Go for it.
'cause, I mean, I could do it, but I kind of have. a
You,
few-
you've got a lot on your plate at the moment.
You got a lot.
Yeah.
You got a lot to deal with. Just sit this through, DM. We got this. We got this.
Okay, and
Oh,
read some
we
back.
I'm
could
loving this confidence coming from Lilith. I don't
Someone needs to
know.
be confident. It's not me.
Look,
No, I'm talking to the DM. I'm not talking to the party as Lily.
I was about to say, Lilith, you've never been this nice to people before. There we go, music.
How
Yeah,
do
there we go, we
I?
got music.
It's the first time for everything. Lulu was
We have
being
music?
helpful.
I don't hear music.
Is it no
I
music?
don't think there's any playing. Is there?
I hear it playing.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I just turned it down.
No, I completely turned down the PC because I'm hearing free from the computer and the phone, so it's kind of
Oh
strange.
god. Got a bit of an echo going on.
How do I access her character sheet?
Okay, so if you go into the journal under players,
Yep.
You should see it if you've been given access.
is
Awesome.
it
Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, so Free, you go first.
Alright, I'm just gonna.
Does she have? Can I just quickly do initiative for her?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yes. Just
Good
click
job.
on her and
And I take it Rolak is hiding.
Click,
Hiding.
and then hold on, waiting for it to load. Initiative.
Nice.
Three.
Just what I
We'll
rolled.
just kind of spend a little bit of time
Yeah, 15.
assessing the situation.
okay. No
And,
worries.
yeah. Notices tiefling in the cage over here. He's like, hey, could you fight maybe if we got you out?
Okay.
Oh.
She's chained with her hands behind her back, and she's gagged. She gives you a meaningful, sort of backwards glance. Like, you think?
Good to know. Can I take a look? Lock on like the. I assume there's also a lock on the cage.
Yep.
Can I take a look at it? If I can. Mage hand, thieves tools.
What is the range of mage hand?
30 feet.
30 feet.
I do not know. Let me check.
And I
Should
think
do
it might increase in range because you're an arcane trickster, but I'll double check that.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Mage hand. Let me check this.
Let's see. When you cast Mage Hand, you can make the Spectral Hand invisible. You can use Thieves' Tools to pick locks with it. You can use your bonus action granted by your cunning action to control the hand. So you could use Thieves' Tools as the bonus action using the Mage Hand, I guess. If you want, oh no, yeah, so you can summon it and then use the bonus action. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think it's 30 feet range.
It's good enough?
30 feet. Okay, so
Mr. DM,
Yes.
I clicked thieves tools.
I've got a question regarding Eleon's character. It says when you she has a bonus on initiative rolls equal to, and then she can add a wisdom modifier. Does it do that automatically?
Yes, it does.
Or okay, cool. Just wondering.
It does, okay.
Okay, so I clicked on thieves tools. There's like input value, strength, dex, constitution, and intellect, wisdom.
Yeah.
charisma.
So it's-
Dex.
I think dexterity. Submit.
And then if
Anything
that's set up, you can click it.
You just did. Okay.
Is it loading? No,
That's a
wow.
dragon chess set, but that works.
You
They're
win.
right on top of it.
I mean, yeah, it's using a dex. I can see from the +3, and it's using proficiency bonus. So
Should be fine.
we're just gonna use that.
It's fine. It should be the same number ish.
yeah, that is the same number.
So, what? I've not asked you this yet. What does your mage hand look like?
Look like the glove of like an actor or a magician.
Okay.
So,
Although I'll make it invisible just in case these Janissaries don't see it.
Like the cursor in black and white. Anybody remember that game? All right. So reaching forward, it unlocks. Checkmate. It's open. So the back of the cage is now swinging open, waving wildly, and the tiefling's still tied up.
Is that my turn or?
So it's an action, and I would say a bonus action for at least unlocking that. So unfortunately, that's your turn. Unless you want to risk moving, as we're walking through.
I'll just. Yeah, I'll stay put.
Okay. Okay. Lilith.
Although I will shout out in infernal because I know she'll understand me. She's not a tiefling. Like, I'll try to get you out.
Okay. You can see a nod. Right, Lilith.
Lilith is not gonna mind, and I bet it's for the best. The fact that just freed some prisoner. And which one was that got hit in the beginning?
It was a sheep.
No,
Wheel,
there
the wheel.
was some retaliation fire.
Oh yes.
Which one of them got hit?
I hit one of the wargs.
The warg that got hit is currently this one now.
Right,
Right
the
there.
front.
Yep, that's not worth it. That's not worth it.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna hit this one that's right at the back
Okay.
with an Eldritch Blast.
That's hit.
Nice.
Ooh. That
Yeah,
guy,
max roll.
guy on the bull
Perfect.
thing.
Got it.
The guy on the bull thing. The guy on the, like, the
Hope
bull
he
thing.
falls. I
Yeah.
hope he falls. I
He
hope
looks really cool,
falls.
but
He
he
does.
looks cool, but I'm terrified that he's so close to us.
Oh yes.
Okay.
So he's terrified.
It hits the warg. The warg is still up. It's not looking great. And also seems quite worried that it's suddenly finding itself running through the sky. This strange, misty world.
Wait, we don't even need to kill them. We can just kill their mounts.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
As a
it's
range
force
roll.
damage, he still holds on. Even though it's force damage.
It's
Oh,
just a type of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. And the bugbear's
Oh, it's
got
quite fast.
a whole lot of strength. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
You do
Then
have a
it's my
second Eldritch
turn.
Blast. You have a second Eldritch Blast because you're level 5.
Oh yeah. Because I'm level 5.
Yeah.
I do have a second
Good
Eldritch Blast.
Good reminder, Lulu.
Oh, can I?
And bam!
Nice.
Yay!
Oh. Okay, can I command?
Bruh.
Can I command Athena? Can I command Athena when it's not my turn? Do I have to wait for that?
You have to wait for your turn.
Have to wait for your turn, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
It's okay.
Athena is here.
Oh, it's not me.
No worries, that's fine.
Actually, she might not be able to go anywhere because of all this wind.
It's a very strong wind.
Wind.
Yeah.
120 kilometers. Oof.
Yep. It's like miles, but it makes sense. Okay. 1 damage, I'm afraid, is not going to make much of a difference. All right.
Good
Was
killer
worth a
roll.
try.
A good roll though.
Yeah. Still, 1 turn of 11 damage is pretty good. Yeah. Thank you. So the goblins are now going to do something. So, okay, this goblin over here is going to try and take aim at this janissary over there.
No.
Oh,
And
Don't do it. Actually, yes, do it because I can free if they're gone. I can free these prisoners.
prisoners are bad people. Why do you want to free them?
because John is gone.
Unless you haven't realized, we are surrounded and outnumbered.
Yeah, teachers out the classroom, everyone go nuts.
I don't. I
How
don't.
bad
teacher,
can it be
he
to
is
just
like-
lift Mushroom Guy there?
Yeah.
How bad
I
can it
don't
be?
care. I don't care who is helping us out in this fight. We need as many
Let's hope they-
extra
let's hope they
hands
help.
on deck as we need. I
What
could
if
probably get
they
the
just, as soon as you free them, they turn against us and join the bugbears?
Well, we won't know until until it happens.
I can probably get the tiefling. I can probably persuade the tiefling to help us, but everyone else will probably need a little more convincing, and by that I mean money.
If they want money.
Or this shiny, or the shiny quarterstaff I found.
Oh.
Elion's turn.
Alrighty.
Tusa?
Sorry,
No.
I had to open for my cat. Also, my turn.
It's fine.
It's Elion's turn.
It's Edgar's turn.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I have been kind of reading what the things are. So who have we hit so far?
So
Sorry.
far,
So-
the closest target is this warg at the back here. This one. It's looking the
Okay.
worst. Otherwise, they're pretty fine.
From kind of their attack angle, can I see what their goal is?
They are currently targeting Janissaries.
Like, what are they
specifically.
focused towards? Because it's not as if they're coming straight towards us. So they
Yes.
can I? Yeah.
So they're going after this lead car mostly. The shots are not quite poignantly not at this witch, which is the one controlling the wind at the moment.
Yes.
Oh,
That
does it
might
think
be
they're the lead of all
significant.
this? They're probably the lead of all this. That's probably why all this is going on.
They need to keep concentrating whatever they're concentrating on, because if they fail that, we die.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just so
Again.
you know, at the last battle, I think I did mention it. They were focused on this prisoner.
Yes. Yeah, because they wanted to get the prisoners out.
And he was also the one laughing after the last engagement.
What is the longbow's normal attack range?
150 feet.
150.
Isn't it 60?
Okay.
No, wait, yeah.
That's short bow.
No.
Short bow.
Short bow's 80 and something.
80,
Yeah.
320.
Okay.
Combos.
Cool. I will attack. Kind of since this guy is closing in. I don't know. That was what I wanted to do. There, if I can lean out and aim to him.
Which
That's
one?
possible.
Sorry, can you indicate again?
This one.
Gotcha.
And then also, how do I get rid of that line that I just drew?
The DM will do that. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, cool. It's a longbow. So yeah, Eden will kind of like just peek out, longbow at the ready, focus and channel all her powers of ranger, and then let loose with a 15 to hit.
I think that hits. Give me 1 second. Having a lag. That does not hit. They're quite
Does Elion get a card? She would apply it then.
She would have a card. I'm going to give you a second card. Just remember which one's not yours. It's a deck of many.
Okay. He's not one of those.
I'll draw one card from the deck again.
Right now.
Well, we're gonna
in this
we're gonna
situation.
die anyway. Let's see.
Cool.
Void. Yeah.
Right
peace out.
into my my feeling, and I feel actually also into Elion's. I will play the Melora card.
Great.
Oh,
Which would then bring it up to 25 to hit.
That definitely
So
hits.
pretty.
So then she's going to do some damage with a longbow,
so-
which is 7.
Okay.
It also says, and I'm not 100% sure how this works, but if you take the attack action, if your weapon hits, then you get a 1d8 extra weapon damage.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Roll that.
That's that thing.
Gloomstalker, right.
So I'm.
Oh, if you take the
Good.
attack action, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. So that's the additional attack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that the additional attack? Otherwise,
Yes.
could just roll again, which I have anyways, right? Because I have extra attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
So instead of 2 attacks, you'd make 3 attacks this turn.
Yeah.
Ah, amazing. Okay, cool.
Ranger.
Yeah.
So then that would count then as the second damage, right?
That D8 there, sure.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Okay, so the way it works is you take the attack action and you make
Yes.
your regular number of attacks, in which case 2. You can then
Yeah.
make an additional attack, and if that
Yes.
attack hits, you do an additional 1d8 damage
Yeah.
on that attack.
Cool. Okay, cool. So first, I will do then my second attack.
yeah,
Not my
do
normal,
that.
second normal attack.
Oh, two nat
Hey.
20s.
Oh, that hits.
Sick.
Here we
Oh
go.
I granted you some of my luck.
Um,
The dice.
which would then be a 10.
We're gonna need
Damage.
it.
Plus a D8.
And then now I get the D8 thing, right?
No, now you get your third attack, and then you add that
Yeah.
5 to it.
So if the third attack hits, I get the
If the
one
third attack
D8
hits.
extra.
Okay, so before you do
Okay.
the third attack, the second shot flies straight through the armor on this hobgoblin, going straight through it. I need you to roll a percentage die, please.
The best die
Ooh,
ever.
Roll that funky D100, my dude.
You explain to me what that does. Can you explain
Okay.
to me what that does?
So I'm
We're
looking.
gonna find
Percentile
out.
dice was fun.
So I'm looking for there was a 25% chance that it would go through the hobgoblin and hit the goblin on the other side. So I'm looking for a roll under 20 and 25, which we got. So
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
this is dead.
Are you serious?
So
It's
do
amazing.
four damage.
At least-
So what is that?
At least, like, hit the-
6. Okay. So as it
hit
goes through
hit the mouth.
No. So it goes through the first hobgoblin. He falls off. The mount loses its orientation, and it just drops from the sky.
Oh,
You can
Amazing.
kill either the mount or the rider, and
And
just
then,
get through.
did I hit the other guy?
You hit the other guy. He's looking incredibly rough as he's got a arrow through the back of his neck.
And then my third attack of this cool little thingy, I will then aim at him. Kind of just aim further down. It is still within range. So going to that one.
Oh, never
Oh,
nat
yes.
20.
Okay.
And you know,
So-
you can, instead of extra 1d8, you can roll 2d8 because it's a crit.
Okay. So before you roll anything, this goblin had 1 health left. Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
I want to
my
roll
geez.
everything on him.
Go for it.
I want to roll that plus 2d8.
Uh huh.
Are you sure that's necessary?
So
Yes.
that's
20
gonna be
damage.
there we
Oh
go.
my
Good old 20. And I
Wow.
wanna. Yeah, I really want to see if I can go through. So the first one kind of hit. I want the second one to kind of like a teller with the apple, kind of just split it, and yeah.
You can tell.
Okay, so with this this last one. Shit, man. Okay. So a goblin usually has about 7 HP. Anyway, this arrow hits the back of its spine, and you were hoping for a split, but you watch as this goblin just disintegrates. There's bits of goblin flung around. It is obliterated, and the mount also falls from the sky. One hell of a
Elion.
turn.
And
Yeah,
that's
the village is down, and it's like, wait, it's raining guts.
Uh-huh.
I guess so.
You guys
What
are
the heck is that?
you guys are raining guts on top of the other campaign. Okay.
Oh, really? Wait, no, really?
I tell you, this is a map that's been used previously.
No. I specially made this because this is an aerial view of the Mr. Clue. Okay.
Oh,
So,
Oh.
coming over
What?
this way. This
Wait,
lead
what?
goblin, hobgoblin.
just saying I know what I'm multi-classing into.
Later on the session, we find another party, and they're like, "Look, those are the guys that made rain guts on us."
I'm not sure if they would love us or hate us for that.
disgusted and impressed.
Okay, Lilu.
Oh man. Okay. She's gonna look to Rodak and then point to the reins, and she'll kind of scoot over
Okay. So
and draw her longbow.
Elion approves.
Then okay, jeez. These aurochs, are they also armored?
This one is. This one is. The one with the bugbear on top does not. Does not have armor.
Okay. It's too close for comfort. She's gonna try to. Although this is the bugbear that hit Joe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she's gonna attack that one.
Vengeance.
Vengeance
Okay.
will be Lilu's. Bonus action, she's gonna rage. Rage.
Free approves. Free approves of this message. Vengeance.
And yeah, she draws her longbow, kind of like drawing inspiration from Elian, and she's going to focus on the bugbear's mount, and she's going to attack it recklessly.
Okay.
Hey, okay, no rage damage, but okay, decent. And then she'll take a second shot.
That's a hit. That's also a hit.
Hey, yes. So she just basically knocks 2 arrows one after the other, and aims for the mount.
Nice. Okay.
And then she'll just like kind of like lock eyes with the bugbear. I was trying to say goblin and bugbear at the same time. That just didn't come out right at all. But yeah,
turn
so
into
she's
Balrog.
basically just like, yeah,
I nat 20.
yeah.
I 20 intimidate checked him. I don't think that'll do anything.
Yeah, no, Lilu's charisma modifier is like 1, and I don't think. Oh, hey, she's proficient in it. Can I give it a shot?
Go for it. Bonus action. Intimidate.
Oh no, wait! I used my bonus action already. I'm raging, so she's just gonna like growl at it and be like, "I'm watching you," and then she'll just like growl, take out the mounts, and we'll watch them drop.
Okay.
Free lightly claps.
A little golf clap. Yes,
That's
quite.
a go.
Splendid.
Splendid, yes, indeed. Well done. Okay, so sorry, I have a million sheets now, not loading.
Why do you have so many tokens?
I don't know.
True.
It's-
He's making this session great. He's making this.
Thank you. That means a lot. It's mostly
I
because
second that. It is more than great. It is amazing.
I third.
Okay, so it's now the.
A session worth of 10,000 viewers. You hear that, Twitch? Come here. Come here.
Thank you.
Twitch, where are you at?
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Knight Commander who's at the head of this train, because it is a train, you can also see that the magic seems to be centered on that witch in the second cage, second from the front. So if you ever want to know
This
who...
thing is basically a sky train.
Yep. Okay, so he's...
Sorry, I didn't get. Are we for or against this witch making the sky train?
We
I'd
can
say against.
decide that after we kill everything that's trying to attack us.
No doubt.
I'd say against. I'd say against because it's putting our lives at jeopardy.
Hold on, my cat again.
Whoa. Alrighty.
You see a javelin
Oh.
charged with golden holy light of Janus lance through a goblin. And it's his turn. Ethne.
Okay, let's see. Let me check something.
Okay. Jump carefully
Okay.
if you're gonna jump.
Wait, am I actually on that square or is it being funky?
You're actually.
No, that's it.
I would say that's fine. You're basically on the back of the donkey.
Okay, no.
It's not a good place to
Alright,
be.
it's fine.
Riding
right,
that
okay.
ass.
Oh,
Alright, dude.
no.
Sorry.
Right. Well, okay.
That was
Living
layered.
dangerously.
Sorry.
Yeah. Bonus action. I'm gonna focus in, and I'm going to rage,
Okay.
and using the reach of my glaive, I'm gonna slash out at the armored Auroch that the heavily armored hobgoblin is on.
Okay.
I'm going to attack recklessly.
Go for
So
it.
let's give this a shot.
You've got
21.
this.
Yes, it hits.
Ooh.
+2 to that, because I didn't. So that's 11 slashing damage,
Nice. Okay.
and then 18.
It will just hit.
Just hit. Okay.
Wow.
For another 13 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's a total of 25 overall.
And Mount's not looking too great, but it's still running through the air. Like a
Alrighty.
rainbow.
You attacked the one that the scary guy is riding?
Yes, this one here. Yeah.
Yes, get rid of the scary guy, please.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay.
I'm preoccupied saving my tiefling friend.
So
Hopefully friend.
this one's gonna retaliate.
Go on, son. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh.
Nice.
Ooh, with a maul.
The mount
Yes.
or the rider?
That's good. That's good.
Retaliated, so I think it's going for the hobgoblin. Ah, unfortunate.
Okay, this one over here. Oh, come on. The tokens are so on top of each other. Who did
No.
Oh god.
Oof. Guiding bolt curse.
This one over
Guiding
here.
bolt? No. The lost bolt, not the guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Next
Yeah.
one.
Really guiding. It's guiding. It's guided by what?
Hey.
Guiding-ish.
Yeah,
Guiding
fine.
anything.
Nice.
Guiding anything.
14 radiant.
Raise
Towards
Unfortunately,
which one?
it was
Oh.
this one.
Okay.
But we're gone.
Oh
Okay.
wow, it is down. Cool.
Okay, that's them. Tusa.
I will follow suit. Do I have the correct one here?
And Wild Shape.
Yes. Hell no. What about it? Nah, it's okay. It's okay for now. That's an action.
Well, unless
I
you can
will-
wild. Unless you can wild. Oh, sorry. Unless you can wild shape into a bird, it's not really going to help us here.
Nope. I literally have a short bow. Wait. This guy.
Okay.
Right?
Are you going for the
so the
rider or the
mount.
mount? Okay.
We're going for the mount, right?
So
I look out and I'm like, short bow is a little useless right now. So I'm actually going to use something that's better than a short bow, and that's a cantrip, apparently. That is going to go, and it needs to make a charisma saving throw, of which I think it's really bad at. And I'm going to use
Ooh.
Starburst, which does 16
Starburst.
radiant damage.
Show the spell description on that.
There we go.
What is that?
You cause a mote of starlight to appear and explode in a 5-foot cube you can see within range. If a creature is in the cube, it must succeed a charisma saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. This spell's
Damn.
damage increases to 2d8 when you reach 5th level, 3d8 when you reach 11th, 4d8 when you reach
Right.
17th.
Okay.
You roll 2 8s, my god, man.
So.
Dude,
the
why
rest
do you
of
have
us-
all the overkill spells?
Druids. Druids. Alright. So you see Tusa reach
I'll say
out.
this one adds in with kind of the dreaminess, the starburst. That's why I took it.
Yeah,
not
no, that's
because it is
sick.
a freaking awesome cantrip.
You must have a word you say when you do that. What's the word? Stardust. Tinkerbell.
Rema.
Death upon all my enemies.
So, as she says that, you watch a pretty spark. It's the spark lights up the inside of the caravan. Even Joe's sheep eyes glint as the spark leaves and just zooms towards the auroch, explodes, and takes a chunk of the auroch with it. Rider and mount start falling.
Start falling.
Yeah.
Are you saying there's more to this? Oh no.
No, apparently
I'm
not.
gonna try and grab one.
So you see the bugbear on top of it drop its short sword, trying to reach up to the cage. It's so heavy with armor and everything that it just doesn't reach it in time, and it falls to the ground, and it just drops off as if the magic just leaves it. Okay. Tisa, is that your turn?
Hold on. Let me just get. Yeah, so kind of Tusa will just end in like it's almost like trema, like very, very like Italian food, like trema, and then as she opens, it just explodes. Yep.
And anything else
That's
you want
it.
to do?
That's it, sir.
Okay.
Nah.
I wish I had some of your sushi. Okay.
It's going well.
Okay.
Well done. Good roll. Oh, damn.
Nicely done.
No, don't attack the horse. Don't attack the horse. No, no.
Oh, bugger.
Attack the horse.
No!
Do it. Oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
That's fine.
Oi.
Okay, this one up here. Come on, don't do this to me. For those of you watching the stream back, we'll see lots of screens doing this. Okay. As the magic-looking hobgoblin is going to do a thing of his own,
Oh, no.
Oh.
right in front of that particular
Magic-looking.
horse. That's actually fine.
Oh.
The horse is still alive.
The horses need a heal.
Those are all
Yeah.
the things. Okay. So now it's Quiver's turn. And it's the me.
Quiver.
Yep. He is gonna aim straight up ahead to the Knight Commander.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I don't have spell slots left.
So the guy that threw the shining javelin.
Yep. He's going for the big boss. Come on, sheep.
Can he not do that? You kind of need him. Come on, sheet, you can do it.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
It failed.
Second and last.
Oh.
That'll hit.
Oh.
Oh, he does
Yeah,
necrotic.
Big mouth.
Oh,
That's
right,
just
it's
a-
arcane,
Necrotic.
right? Yeah. Arcane arrow, enfeebling area. 9 damage. Oof.
Man, yeah.
Okay. That's his turn.
I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but the one bugbear that's in the back doesn't have a turn on the turn order.
Oh shit, that's true.
Oh, yes. Good point.
Oh, I thought he was a hobgoblin that just like looked fancy or something.
He doesn't. Hey, he doesn't. I didn't
No.
realize that.
They just have really long arms.
He's been silently.
His Eldritch Blast, and he was strong enough to hold on to the right.
He's just been silently observing the battle.
Biding his time.
Yeah. He is
One
the
that-
actual final boss.
Yeah, at that point he'll be the only one left standing.
Okay.
Is he gonna bless himself as well?
Nope. Bless the horse.
Ah,
Get
bless
free.
this horse.
Alright. Okay, here's a question. Can Athena try and use these thieves' tools? Just wild question.
She's gonna struggle to fly in the wind.
I'll command Athena to ungag our prisoner friend.
Okay.
And I'll mage hand thieves' tools again on her shackles.
Okay. Go for it.
Thieves' tools. Let me click on this. Thieves' tools. Dexterity. Come on, sheet. You can do it.
I'm gonna say for narrative purposes that Rodak's only weakness is that he's afraid of heights.
Oh.
That is
Nice.
why he's not taking part in this battle.
Nice.
You just take it. You just came up with that just now, huh?
It's what I do. Okay. She is free.
Well then.
And then
Oh, expertise, of course.
can I move up? Well, how far between is this her cage and our cart?
Like 5
Like-
feet away.
Yeah. It's,
No.
It's like 15 feet at the most.
Mm-hmm.
So no chance she can jump onto our cart.
Oh, she could. She's just gonna
She
roll
could try.
initiative when it's happening.
I get the feeling that cart's about to go. Horse isn't looking great.
Okay. What else would you like to do? I would say that's at least a bonus action.
Oh, was there a horse attacked?
Yes.
Other horse
It was,
guy.
but it's still alive, just.
I missed that. Never mind. I would have done something, but already. Cool. Go on.
I'll try to get as close to the edge of this cart as we can manage.
Uh-huh.
I'll call out to the infernal. Try to jump to us. We'll catch you.
Okay. So that is your
I'll
turn.
be ready to.
Okay, ready to
He will
catch
be
you.
ready to. Whatever he needs to. Roll whatever he needs to.
Okay. Lilith.
I'm gonna finish the job and cast more 2 Eldritch Blasts at this guy. The bugbear will
Alrighty.
fall.
Okay.
Out of here.
Must fall.
11.
He must fall.
Fail.
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 That's a hit.
17.
That's it.
And
3 force damage.
3.
A little bit better.
Still up.
Ah,
Can I use my card on the first one?
Yes, I would say that's fine. Still your turn, so yeah.
Here it is.
Oh, I see.
where is it? Stormcaller.
That would hit then.
Oh, cool.
Human druid. Cool.
That's kind
And?
of appropriate for the situation. Nudge, nudge.
Oh boy.
Wink, wink. Okay, do
Also-
damage. roll.
And go.
That is.
Oh yeah, can
much-
I tell?
Sorry. go.
Can I tell Lilu and Athene to be ready to hold on to me as I'm trying to catch her? Because I don't want this to be a scenario where she jumps, catch her, then we both fall.
Okay. Okay, Lilith, is that your turn?
Yep. 10 damage. Was that enough to knock that thing out of the sky?
Nope, but it's very, very close. Okay.
Ah, come on.
Okay.
Don't worry, Lilu. Hey, don't worry, Lilith. You'll do it eventually.
Okay, so this goblin here is going to take aim into the caravan here, and this one's going to be on free.
Me of all people.
Yep, because you're standing. Never mind. So it just fumbles
No,
the
no.
arrow. So this goblin knocks an arrow, pulls it taut, aims at you, and the arrow just drops, and it drops into the lands beneath. I've got to remember that and use that in the other campaign with random arrow.
Yeah, some poor bugger's going to get impaled by that.
It's raining
I
cats
know.
and arrows.
Okay. Elion's turn. There's only one goblin left. Yes.
Alrighty. Elion is back in. I just saw this badass motherfucker. Where are you at? This guy.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's definitely going to aim. And
He's
she's
dead.
going to. Is he dead?
He's
What?
dead.
Oh, no, this one over.
This one.
Oh, I thought you meant the. Oh, okay. I meant
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mean armored guy.
Yeah.
No, armor
Elion,
guy's
no.
gone.
Go for it.
The guys with the X's, they are correctly like indicated.
Out
and
of the
other ones
sky.
are-
Yeah. Yep.
Cool,
Yep.
awesomeness.
Oh, this
Yeah, going for the badass guys. Right again.
Go for it.
Let me just get the right character sheet. Sorry.
Elion.
Elion. Alrighty, and she will draw that badass longbow. And lay. No. That's an unfortunate miss.
Mhm.
But she will try again. And refocus and hopefully goes for it for 21.
That's it.
Yeah.
Elion and
21
MVP.
hits
For sure.
with a 5,
Oof.
and then she gets to roll again.
Is it just the?
It's just the first turn in
First-
combat that you get
yeah.
that extra attack.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
You get that
Oh,
third
okay,
attack,
okay.
rather.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I understand.
That's,
Alrighty,
that's-
and
Yeah.
PC something. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Great, Lilu.
Yeah.
Alrighty. She is going to. How's this aura looking up here?
Not great.
Alright, she's going to continue recklessly attacking it.
Okay.
Come on, longbow. 21
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
for 9.
It's still up. It's full of arrows.
Man,
Still up.
stubborn thing. Alright, and she'll
Uh-huh.
take her second shot. 17
Uh-huh. That hits.
for 10.
And that is enough.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
You just see this sort of moment as that last arrow sinks into the auroch, as it sort of stops galloping, and as it does, it just drops from the sky, and it sort of, because of the speed you guys are going, sort of just disappears behind you.
Amazing. As she draws the second arrow to release it, she's gonna shout like across the wind and everything, "This is for Joe!" And then like she puts everything she has in it, and that's her go.
And as
as he falls, he goes, "Who's Joe?"
The sheep.
as flying on back, Free will just poke his head on through. He's like, bye. Bye.
Okay, so now it's the Knight Commander. Okay, I can close some character sheets. Keep killing characters, guys.
That's the plan. That is the plan.
That's the idea. That is the idea.
Every NPC that kill is computer size in relief.
No, sorry, wrong button. It should be that one. Ignore it, that one.
javelin.
Oh, he is powerful, but
Oh, no, that's not a hit.
That's unfortunate.
We really need him to hit these.
Mm-hmm.
One hit.
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
that'll do it.
There it is. Wait, didn't somebody have like advantage with the guiding bolt? There was a guiding
No.
bolt that landed.
Yeah, but he killed it.
It
so-
killed it. instead. It is now a glowing core that's falling through the air.
The ground had advantage on it as a
Yeah.
Ground.
bugbear.
You hit,
All the falling damage.
you hit some poor guy in the head.
Okay, this one's going for this bugbear who sees Lilith targeting its warg. It's gonna go for Lilith with the javelin. It's 18.
Oof.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Lilith, you brought this on yourself.
So it's only 8 damage. Ignore the 5.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because the 5.
Are you gonna
Not
question?
really, but-
Are you gonna question the DM editing the damage in your favor?
Okay, Ethne.
I'm still new to this.
So good. Seeing this one, hold on, wait. Seeing this guy go down, I'm gonna look behind me and hop back into the cart next to Rawdat past there, and I'm gonna pull out 2 hand axes. One is going towards this goblin here,
Okay.
and the other's going towards the heavily wounded bugbear back here, and I'm attacking recklessly.
Don't steal my kill. Don't steal my kill.
I don't want to die, man.
Hey,
Lilith,
it's a team
that'll
effort.
come down to whether or not- that'll come down to whether or not the rolls allow it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. It might roll like all 4 natural ones. You never know.
You're only
Let's see.
yourself to blame for this. You should have killed that bugbear a long time ago.
That is a 10 on the goblin.
I think that unbelievably will hit. Yes.
Oh.
No, it will not. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that seems
That hit.
yeah. So
That hit. Wow.
off into the
Sorry,
mist
no.
and over towards this one.
Uh-huh.
Would normally be disadvantage because of long range, but recklessly is just a regular hit.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, natural 20
Oh wow, let me check that hits. Okay, great.
for 14 points of slashing damage.
yes.
Double checking, is that on the bugbear or the warg?
Which one was getting hit? Because she was going
only
for the
the-
wounded one.
Oh, okay, okay. Then the warg.
Okay. So yeah,
That's
then
4 health left. Okay,
okay. Do you mind if I embellish this a little bit?
go for it. How are you gonna do?
So what I do is, judging the wind, I throw it off towards this direction, and I let the wind carry it back straight into this warg's forehead.
Oh, great.
Love it.
There's this look of stupid surprise on the warg and the bugbear's face as it drops from the sky. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
So, this tiefling, newly freed, is going to make a jump across here.
Okay. So do I have to roll something to catch them?
They have to make the jump first. That's
Ooh,
good jump.
Nice.
Soulfire. That's a pleasant name.
Alright, so as she
So-
jumps, the speed difference here, relativity applying, she's coming at you quite quickly. However, a dark shape just above in the mist grabs her and pulls her off. Okay, I need you free to make a perception check.
Let me find it real quick. There we go.
Oh, very good.
I'm using my card for that. I am using my card for that.
That's fair. What is that?
Red dragon.
Oh.
Well, as she's flying off, Free will just shout out an infernal. Remember, you're rescued by Frey.
Okay. So this red dragon, we've made it 12.
12.
And if my picture will just work with me here. Thank you.
No. He's not real angry about this. He's just like, well, tiefling friend escapes, and then just
Okay.
shoots her a smile. Hopefully she's able to see.
Yeah, but
Something.
see what happened is as she jumped, she was grabbed by something, and the something looked like this.
Ooh. Cute.
I get the idea that she called that thing to take her away or something.
You can totally believe that if you want. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, does she look panicked?
Uh-huh.
She does.
She look-
okay.
Anybody played The Witcher?
Yes.
No, I am
No.
not.
Well,
Okay.
the guys are gonna be pissed at you, Free.
Hey, they don't know I did it. They don't know I did it. I used mage hands. They were-
I mean, does the man knew? The man.
I'll let you
were-
explain that in court.
Say that to the judge.
Yes. Say that to Janus himself.
uh,
Okay, hang on, I'm just playing with myself here a second.
Oh.
Sorry, what?
I think.
Hello.
On stream, yeah?
No.
Incoming ban.
Hey, careful, people. Okay, that is another dead hobgoblin.
Damn, 16 damage.
Yeah, well, it's the mounts that are the weakness here.
Yeah.
Those are too far in the front. Okay, that's them. Too far.
Let me see. Yeah, Tessa doesn't really have a lot to do. So she's going to just kind of aim out and look at this motherfucker. And then aim with her short bow. That's the only thing that she kind of has. And she's gonna shoot.
Okay.
For a 21.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
rolls,
let's
man.
go for it. 21, and then the short bow will do 4
Ah.
piercing damage.
Mhm.
And then as a bonus action,
Yes.
she would like to use Balm of the Summer's Court on the horse.
Is there a range
that's
on
there in
that?
front.
120 feet.
120 feet, I think. Yeah.
I think you're fine.
I'm definitely, and yeah, I think it's 125 to the front.
Okay.
So that'd be 2d6. Wait, let me just check how many times I can do it. 1d6, yeah, so I can only do it twice. 2d6. There we go. Plus 2 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Damn, good. Very nice.
And that would be it for twos. Just a question, I think I've missed it. What happened to the teeth thingy on Majek when she jumped out?
She jumped
Tiefling.
and got grabbed by some vampire monster.
Okay, and then can we not see her anymore?
Well, you're moving 120 kilometers away from her. So,
We're
Could
moving
we,
very fast.
So in 6 seconds, how far would that have moved?
no, don't do this to me.
No. Considering we're moving forward like 120 feet and
Yes.
like they're
It's
moving
moving-
back
Yes.
at its full movement, it's going to be like a hell of a distance.
Yeah. So currently,
So it's further than 60.
they.
Oh yeah, further than 60.
Okay. No, that's all.
Right.
That's it then.
Okay. Well, I
I mean,
suppose you could do it.
120 is just the wind, not us.
It is you. The wind's the blowback.
Yeah, the wind's the blowback.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, if
Okay.
the wind is already strong without us moving.
So without crazy
Whatever,
mathematics,
whatever.
would it be more than 60 feet after the round?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. That's it.
We can always
Alrighty.
do it in
That's
like
it.
Taskmaster terms. It's currently the same distance as a snail travels in a year. Something like
Perfect. Tusa understood completely.
Yes. of
Okay,
course.
cool. Thank you.
No problem.
So we can look at the situation this way. If she's just doomed now, that's one less backstory character you have to keep track of.
Dear. You're assuming she's going to be doomed.
If that is the case.
Oi, oi, oi. Oh, that's
Okay.
the healing down from Tucson.
Yes. So
Let's survive.
let me just put it this way: healing that horse made a massive difference right now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And I think we're out of the hub. Yeah, I think we just got down to a goblin and a hobgoblin.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's go.
it's crazy.
So check the distance. Okay, so
Cool lightning.
Cool lightning.
you saw this last session too. Why is
It's
it
like a
not
little
rolling
ripoff.
now? Yep.
It might just be that set as just a spell description thing.
Yeah.
You can change it within like the settings of the spell.
You roll it on the actual character sheet on the front.
Yeah, no, but see, he's an NPC, so
It's just put for description only. It should naturally do it.
3d10, except if it's cloudy. Then it's 4d10.
it is very, very cloudy.
4d10.
Okay, cook goblin. Okay.
That wolf took that as well.
All right. So just before your turn free, you can now see. Okay, so this thing is now slightly behind you, but it does seem to pulse with a purple energy, and each pulse is echoed in the pulse in that bit of crackling magic around this convoy. All right, Free, it's your turn.
Okay, I had a thought. If the mounts, let's just say hypothetically, lost a decent amount of their vision, would that mean they would fall?
There's a chance of that, but remember they're all led by their riders.
True. So I won't risk that. I'll just I'll just shoot this hobgoblin with magic missile.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Maybe wait a minute.
3.
Okay, so they'll
one-
automatically hit, and he's only got 2 health left. So I would say it
Nice.
as it is the final enemy. Free. How do you want to do this?
Hey.
3. We'll first look behind to the remainder of our passengers in the cart. But it looks. Shoot and send it straight through this hobgoblin's head.
Okay. Alright, so with that, the final monster falls from the sky and disappears behind. Yeah, sorry?
He'll shoot the magic missile doing his arms like this. Like his fingers.
Okay. Alright. So, as that enemy falls and disappears behind you, there's another big flash of purple behind and a flash of blue ahead. I did find a better picture for this lady.
So I'd like to.
Pictureness. Alright.
Is it possible that Athena could go back and fly and maybe a glimpse of the whatever bat creature? Cool.
It's gonna be some
Oh, that's
distance.
my kind of girl, Medusa.
What'd you say?
You can send the owl, but something is about to happen.
Okay, so I'd like my owl to remain here for the time being, just in case that something is not good for us.
Alright, so as there's a bright flash of blue up ahead, the wind now is howling, it's almost blinding, as all of you on the cart feel it rattle and then impact on the ground. You are now back on the road, going incredibly fast. I need Rodak to make an animal handling check as we return back to Earth here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Roar that.
Rodak of all people for this? Why
You just-
Rodak of all people for this?
Because he's
Because
holding
I
the
switched
reins.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lilu was driving and stuff, but
It's okay.
18.
Yes.
hey,
Alright, so there's this impact and there's cobblestones flying as you've just landed on a road again. And the early light of morning lights the way as you are now back on the road around about here.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
The map is a
Oh,
little
wow.
bit blurry.
Past Lake Watch.
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
So as all the horses come to a stop, people take, the janissars look around. The cage in front of you is swinging open. No prisoner. Wonder what happened
Free
there.
will hide behind. Free will hide behind Lilu. Hood up.
Right.
Is it safe to assume that that purple shit that went down on Lake Watch?
Make a insight check.
Okay. I'm asking this because Tusa is a wanderer that is excellent at remembering of maps and geography and can
Okay.
also recall general layout of terrain.
So we'll make it with
what's in it?
advantage.
And that would be nature. What?
No, insight.
Insight. Cool. And then I
13.
can do that. Can I?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Your great worm. Great worm. That's an ace.
Okay, so it's a natural 20. Two.
+3, which is so it's 23.
Yeah, I know.
23.
Alright, so, what you saw down there was not the landscape of Dyrecinder at all. That is a geography you've never seen, perhaps a different plane entirely. You will recall when you all traveled to Maitland before you formed your band of adventurers, that there was talk of teleportation being broken.
Okay.
I don't
Where
know,
was
maybe
this?
it is.
Can I remember where this was kind of been spoken to me? So this was on my way to Maitland that
Yes.
I kind of heard these
Yes.
whispers.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
sort of general talk. Lots of people talking about it. Wizards
Okay.
can't teleport. Something weird is coming. Or they do teleport and never return.
Okay. Wonderful.
Maybe that is going to fall on top of the Feast Bringers.
she makes a mental note and then makes also a mental note to remind herself of that mental note because she's most probably gonna forget. And then, yeah, remember like four episodes next.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. So as everybody's taking stock now, the horse is exhausted. You can see the road's not too far from a big mass of water off to the side, shimmering in the morning light. And I think we'll pick up there as something moves in the back of your caravan.
John!
Still,
Maybe. We'll find out next time.
The bat.
We'll find out next time.
Oh.
is that all that Witcher thing? Man.
Well, I really gotta go, so I really gotta go. Bye, guys.
All right, then take care, mate.
Witchers, man.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Lilith.
Well then,
That
We
was
lived.
something.
And
Yeah.
none of the people on the convoy, except for maybe the prisoner, died.
Yeah, I was
Maybe-
surprised. I really thought we were gonna lose someone, maybe.
I was trying.
Saving the
I think-
horse was clutch.
Yes.
You
it was.
will-
That Elion longbow though, jeez,
Yes.
that thing was
Oh, yeah.
next level.
2 nat 20s, and one of them was on the additional attack that does extra damage.
So
Jeez.
That was
good.
quite sweet.
Hmm.
Sick.
The way I was hoping that would go is that we free the prisoner, they'd jump to the cart, they'd help us fight, and then after the fight, if we all got back down to the ground, Free would like cast darkness behind the cart and just tell the tiefling like, "Go, run, run, run." Because
Oh, I
he
see.
has a
Our cart is overloaded as it is. I mean, like, I feel like
Yeah,
we have everyone on our cart.
yeah.
Because Free had a thing for just like imprisonment of tieflings.
Yeah. Bunch of
I
people hanging
want
off
to
the cart.
cast fog all the time from Elion, but then yeah,
Mm.
the wind is too fast.
Yeah, wind would blow it
Yeah.
away.
As well as Mr. DM, just a question: if I don't know what the mechanics of this would be, but Elion wanted to shoot the prisoner that escaped with a rope that's attached to an arrow, right?
Yes.
And would you then be able to use the rope trick on that rope if it did?
Rope trick has its own range, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think.
The rope trick is just the length of a rope, so you can just touch the end of it.
Yeah, that is up to 60 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if I would have hit and then touched the rope,
So rope trick is
that was kind of just an idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is it takes. I think it's going to take 2 actions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a-
yeah, it would. It would be on the second one.
Yeah, interesting idea. I would say it could possibly work, but I would say also that there are factors there, especially with that flashing purple thing, that would have affected extra dimensional spaces.
I mean, why not
I
have
see.
3 dimensions at the same place, I guess?
I mean,
Really
imagine if
really
Lilith
fucked it
opened the
up.
cube, or she was using the cube at some point
Mm-hmm.
while we were there.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
So, any
That probably would
idea?
have been bad.
Any idea what you were flying over?
Barovia.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea. I have no idea of any planes or anything. What, Barovia?
Boy, am I glad we were above that mist then.
Uh-huh.
What was it?
Okay, so Barovia.
Uh,
If you can see me on the video, the other group is dealing with like
Curse of Strahd, yes.
Curse of Strahd.
Ooh, yeah.
So
So-
we would be in a vampire's personal plane.
And if we died
Yeah.
there,
Yeah,
then
Yes.
all kinds of fun happens.
yeah, your soul can't
all of a
escape.
sudden, that Raw Dog Donjon card doesn't sound that bad.
So you want to draw a card now?
I'm drawing 0 cards. Thank you very much. Ever.
You could make that tiefling prisoner the peace bringer's problem.
I'm intending to. I'm intending to actually.
Oh,
I was-
sick.
I thought we were going over Barovia because you mentioned like the mist being a clue, and then when the bat-like creature came past, I was like, okay, okay.
Could be what gets the peace bringers to come see us.
And kill
Well,
us
very cool.
in recompense.
Oh no. So I secretly. Firstly, before I tell you that, say goodbye to the stream first. Bye, stream.
Bye
Bye,
stream.
guys.
Hope you enjoyed.
Bitches.
Catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Goodbye, stream.